All right, so here we go at the beginning of this session. Let's see how you do it. We're looking for group engagement, pumping them up loud, and then fixing train wrecks. Here we go. That was really nice too. You actually gave her her level on the fly.
10 reps. There you go, Tracy. Those elbows nice and tall. You got it. There it is. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep those hips down just slowly, Joe. You're good. There we go, guys. Keep going.
Good. I like your volume for the music because it, good. And then good. Exactly, good. So I like how you're directing them. Good. Again, I like how you came over here too and let them know, guys, we're not stopping here. You're continuing going through. You're repping out. Even let them know again, we're not stopping with the time. That's good, guys. There you go. You know, so which they were. So that's great. I would even turn your what's it called up a little bit. Your workout muse device. Put that up a little bit. And then once you feel comfortable, then pop the music.
There you go. All right, guys, you guys are back over those steps. Oh, you guys are going right back to those burpees.
So you couldn't even actually, yeah, and I like how you're specific about that. And you can even be like, all right, guys, we're going right back to move number 1.
Keep repping out here, keep repping out.
You know, at that point, you can be like that. Back to move 1, guys. But I like the specificity. I mean, honestly, you're always better with specificity. And I like how you explain that. Guys, back to the steps, and guys, back to the medicine balls. It's good. Back to the burpees. Good, man. There you go. Now give them feedback in terms of what you want them to actually do. There you go, Carrie. Nice. But you get those elbows high. Good, nice, Jackie. There we go. You get to get full range of motion. Good. Let's pick up the tempo a little bit. You know, so it can be a little bit more specific like that.
There you go, Andy. Keep pushing that tempo. You guys are right down for those pillars.
3 rounds down.
Halfway there, guys. Halfway
So at this point, I'd say we can really crank the music now.
Come down for that squat. We're going to go hips back. You want to keep those knees behind those toes. Go hips back. Keep those hands off those legs, though.
Good, so we can really get some ambiance going in here. So that's what I want you to work on here.
All the way up.
So again, for her, that wants to be a physical correction on that. You know, so really,
Halfway, guys.
boom. So it's almost like have her do 1 and then push her hip back. So basically, you know, the thing where you basically put your hand on her hips and drive her hips back with her. You know what I mean, for that particular one. So it's like, okay, do your step, good, come up, and then push her hips back so she actually feels the squat. That's where I want you every one. Then do the walk away, and then you can even check her out across the room in terms of that.
There it is. All right, guys, 4 rounds down. You got 2 more.
Nice, brother.
Keep pushing.
All right, so we're finishing up that round 6. There we go.
All right. Guys, take that minute break.
Let's see how we do here. Talk about transitions and being specific about them, giving them a little bit of visuals. Bring that volume down. Very nice.
Guys, take that quick minute break. Just to reiterate, guys.
What I want you to really be conscious on is your time when you're halfway.
Zone 2, remember, you got the burpee jacks and the pillars. Okay, you're gonna
So show them a ghost version of what it is. So show them, again, it doesn't have to be on the ground, burpee jack, you know what I mean, and kind of give them like a little vision, and then pillars. You know, and same thing over here, you can show them the pattern really quickly, and then you can show them the move really quickly. And again, 1 repetition, you know, or even just, again, a couple cues. So it can be, guys, make sure, you know, with this move, make sure you keep those elbows high. You know what I mean? Elbows high, wrist low, whatever it might be. At the top of the extension, for the press, we're going, you know, whatever it might be. Make sure you pull that band to the outside. Let them know how much time they have left. You know, so you just did that.
Where did you start? You started with it?
So here's, okay, good. So I think you just paused it. So that's good. That's great. That's great that you just paused that, because then all of a sudden you're going to get the go. So nice job, you paused it. Now you can crank the music up.
Alright, does anybody have any questions before we get started here?
So that's what I would do, is I would crank the music and then be like, all right, guys, we're starting in 10 seconds. Something like that. There you go.
Go.
Alright, guys, we're on here. We're on. You got 25 seconds. You guys got the burpee jack.
Very good. Very good control. Good, so it's kind of like we're starting over again, because this is our first time in this particular zone. So you're kind of on, like, you know, disaster control at this point. Very good, very good. So you're making sure each zone is going good. Nice. Any train wrecks? They're good to go.
Stop.
Good. So try to change your cues. You said good way to keep your back nice and flat, good way to keep your back nice and flat. That's okay. Try to give them a different cue, but it was great because you actually touched them so they knew that you were talking to them.
1 round down. Go.
And you can even just be like, guys, we're moving to move, you know, here, if you were the dot drills, go to med balls. Med balls, go to dot drills. You know what I mean? So you can even you know, tell them that, just so at least they have where in the room.
Halfway.
There you go, good.
Keep going, guys, keep going. Keep going, sit down just a little bit more, James. A little bit more, a little bit more. Hold it, hold it.
Nice, exactly.
Keep going, Robert, good job. Keep going, keep going.
Stop.
Nice, nice, nice. You got
Back to move 1. There you go, good. Good, man.
down, you got 4 to go.
Now you can actually crank the music a little bit. So now it's kind of like, okay, they get it over there, they know what they're doing. Now we can crank it up a little bit. So I'm going to actually explode that music a little bit and get some energy.
6 rounds down.
So guys, you're into that last zone that you haven't been yet. Okay, so if you were in zone 1 just now, you're going to come over to zone 2. You have the burpee jacks.
Again, quick show.
Combined with the pillar. Start off with those burpee jacks, and then you got those pillars.
Yep, exactly. Tell everyone where everyone's starting. Everyone's going to start with the burpee jacks, and the second move is the pillar.
Triangle step.
Yep. Over here, guys, we want half here, half here.
Burpee vertical jump. Okay, if you guys are over here in zone 2.
And again, just a quick showing of what it is. Just a quick visual, where it would be like the burpee, and even just do like a fake kick your foot out, and then small jump, you know, type thing.
And then you have the overhead press. Okay, you're going to do the pull up, the high pull, and then staggered. Okay? Any questions, guys? We all set? Yeah, you're just going to keep those hands down. Yeah. So instead of those burpees, is it your shoulder?
That was good.
You want to just do squats? So you're just going to squat. Just so you're not hitting your shoulders. Okay. So that's going to be for that full 25 seconds.
Good. And so for that, and that was a good quick one too. But what I would do with that is, so you gave her a quick one, and then as you actually get it going, you could actually scope. You could actually scope and see what move. And that was good. That's fine that if you had to stop it because you didn't know, you know, how long the break was going to be and whatnot. And if you're like, guys, you get an extra 20 seconds, that's another good thing too. So you can kind of give them that filler, because I know you were kind of about like 30 seconds left. So you can be like, guys, I give you an extra couple seconds here, you know, something like that, you know. And then, like I said, as soon as that gets going, you could actually scope out the modification chart and be like, okay, I actually want you to do this, you know. But I think the squats was actually a good, you know, good substitution for that. Good. Again, after about a minute here, we're going to be actually increasing that volume.
Keep going, man. Keep going. Less than halfway, guys. Keep going. Keep going. Keep pushing it.
Good, but I love your volume. The energy is good. Good. Now we want to, there you go. Good. And now when you get to the positives, you know, in terms of nice job, you know, because you're doing a lot of corrections, we want to go nice job, way to do this. Nice job. There you go.
1 round
Good.
down.
Okay, so that was a correction. Good. And then it will be the positive reinforcement. Way to go. Nice, Michelle. Way to keep those arms nice and straight. You know, good. Way to keep that shoulders, you know, arched. Good. Way to keep that vision nice and tall. Nice. Way to get that full range of motion. Nice job. You know what I mean? Things like that. Nice. I can tell you're keeping your pressure on your heel. Nice job. You know, things like that. There you go. There you go. Good, man. Hell yeah. So, energy. Listen to music in the room.
All right. Back to that first move, guys. Back to that first move.
There we go. So now you can crank it. So I'm going to crank it and you'll see a difference. Good, so I just cranked the volume and you'll be able to hear a difference here. It's making you speak at a higher intensity level, which is giving them even more energy. So good, you can get over here, now get over here and train these guys. Exactly, so that's really smart too. It's kind of like they're doing their rest, so they don't need you right there. You can get over here and train these guys exactly like that, you know? So, and obviously this doesn't really happen in a lot of our routines like that, but that was smart that you recognize that. You're like, okay guys, take that rest, boom, get over here and handle the rest of a couple seconds over here. So something like this. I'm going to now point out people who need issues, just so you can actually, or not who need issues, who need correcting, so you can actually get a good visual of how particular we want. So right here is very common. You know, bring the band down all the way. We want to make sure, again, she's going, first of all, and she's also not getting full range of motion on the full extension. So those are different things we want to be really particular in terms of like, okay, we're stopping here. And I always show them the position, boom, right under the chin. You know, you only want to stop right here, as far as you want to go, type thing. And she's also not getting full extension with her arms. You know, so basically make sure we're watching and being particular, you know, going through.
Keep going, Michelle.
Halfway.
So again, when you're in the zone, you just looked at just Michelle. I just saw that. Didn't really look at these two as well. So when you're in each one, give a quick scan. Boom, boom, boom. You know, 1, 2, 3. You know, and you'll be able to see very quickly. Also, there's a lot of people over here who are doing the burpees with their hips really, really high. You know, so again, push them down at that particular time. So again, we're just getting even more picky. There you go. Good. So you caught it now. Good.
5 rounds down. Go.
There you go. Exactly.
Halfway.
So 1 band. So the band is a little bit too much for her. There you go. Exactly. There you go, got it, good, good. So some of them take a little bit more time, but the thing is you're deeper into a round so you can do that. You know, and she kind of needed that extra minute right there. That's okay, nice, you handled it well. Handled it well. Nice job. And that was the first round.
So far,
Good. 6 rounds down.
Just to reiterate, guys, if you were in zone 1, we're going over to zone 2, which you've already been in. But just to reiterate, guys, you're going from the burpee jacks to the pillars. Okay, 6 rounds.
Yeah, Joni.
While you were there, guys,
That's the way, baby.
you're coming over to zone 3, transitioning from that triangle step to the burpee vertical jump. Again, 6 rounds, guys. If you were over there in zone 2, you're back in zone 1. You're going through 3 moves, 10 reps each. Okay, you have the high pull, you have the pull apart, stagger stance, you have that overhead press. Guys, have any questions? Alright, let's get to that zone. Get to that zone. You got about 10 seconds to get to that zone.
How you doing, kid? Good to see you, man. Living the dream, baby. Living the dream. How about you, Papa? Yeah? All right, baby.
It's different than a normal squat.
So nice control, man. Very, very good. Very good. All right, buddy. So now one of your next things I'm gonna have you work on, I know obviously we went over a bunch of stuff today in the videos, but it's gonna be a matter of, are people pushing enough or are they going too hard, okay? So obviously you're able to actually bring people down. Now I want you to look at people who are driving, you know, because for example, I see this young lady over here doing the high pulls, and she was doing it before, she's doing it right now with a red band. I guarantee she could pull more. So basically walk up with an additional band in hand and be like, here you go, I want you to add this to it, or give her a heavier band, that type of thing. The same thing over here. In all type of level, that's how you know, the girl who was doing the double band, you know, pull aparts, and you gave her a single band, perfect. You know, but is everyone else doing it properly in terms of like over here? Can someone lift up a leg, you know, who's ready for that? Okay. Another thing I also want you to work on is the front pillar adjustment. In terms of when the hips are high, I always grab under the armpit, one on kind of like right behind like the lat on one side and the other, and then with my elbow of my left hand, I push down on their hips. So I kind of like grab the lat, I pull them a little bit forward and push them down with my elbow. You know, and I know it was a really bad description of it, but I'll show you how to do that as well, just to make sure you know how to actually adjust that, because that's pretty common with people too in the pillar, and it helps you actually get them very, very quickly. But again, are we pushing them hard enough? That's the other question. And again, it's okay to actually up them and then find out, no, that probably wasn't right, and then bring them right back down. Nope, you were in a good spot. You were in a spot. I want you to actually keep exactly where you were. That type of thing. So it happens all the time. More hands-on correcting too with the squats. You know, like she needed her hips shifted back a little bit in the pink right there. So basically run over to her as she's doing her squat, time it, pop the hips back.
5 rounds down. Go.
And again, I go left hand on the hip, right hand on like the scapula. And then I kind of like, so I push the back forward, push the hips back, you know, type thing. Good, man, your control is very good. Energy is good. They can hear you do your individual corrections and your reinforcement to people. That's big. So they hear your presence all the time. Good. That was 4 of 6 right there. I'll get this transition for you.
Quick minute break, grab some water.
6 rounds
Catch your
down.
breath, guys. Bring that heart rate down just a little bit. We got 2 zones left here, guys.
Exactly, so you know where you are. Exactly, that's big, and you're letting them know where they're at.
Zone 2. You're going to transition between those burpee jacks and
And probably, you know, I like what you're doing with it because you're being very thorough. Generally, as you get moving and you get really comfortable, you probably won't have to actually tell them what they're doing second time through, but I like that you are. And especially coming to the new location, these are going to be complete rookies that know nothing. So we're going to need to actually do that all the time. You know, even halfway through, if they've already been to a zone, man, the more you can cover that, the more work you're saving yourself. So that was another thing too. Get them pumped up. Guys, let's go. We got 10 seconds left. Get yourself pumped. Get that music going. Blare it. Blare it. Good, so you probably just paused it right there. Excellent. So crank that music, get them going. They've already been there, so again, you want to create the atmosphere now. Your music is definitely a little bit low overall. Even like right here, crank it, because we want you to basically be kind of screaming on it. And I think Tommy is going to probably turn it up on you a little bit.
25 seconds, we're just wrapping up over here.
You know, because again, listen to what the atmosphere is. And again, I can hear your voice, but when you turn the music up more, you raise your volume of your vocalization even more. So check it out. There you go. So you actually just picked up your, guys, there we go. You know, yeah, that was higher than it was before. Nice, man. Good, man. Progressing real nice. Very nice. All right, brother, so here we are at the demo. So I'm looking for name tags. There you go. Good, so I can tell that that is ingrained in you.
Build a nice community here.
That's big. So that's big. And then also that could be, guys, you know, another thing just in case too, especially in new location, guys, newbies here, and again, raise your hand. Like, again, I'm gonna be showing everything at level 1, level 2, level 3. I want you to make sure you stay at level 1, okay? You know, and then as we progress you, or excuse me, as we actually see you ready to go up to the next level, we'll push you there, okay? But kind of like you gotta walk before you can run.
We have 25-12 Sixers today. We're going to split you guys up into 3 zones. We've got 3 zones of work. You're going to have, in each zone, you're going to go through 6 rounds. Okay? And you're going to be in each zone today twice. So, to get started, guys, zone 1 is a little bit different than zones 2 and 3. It's actually going to go, you have a obstacle course. You're going to be going through 3 moves at a 10 reps apiece, and you're just going to keep going. Okay? The time, it's going to be for about that 4 full minutes.
So for this one here, you want to say this zone over here is a single zone setup. So we have 3 exercises. You're going to be going through them for a certain amount of reps, for a certain amount of time. You know, and you're going max amount of sets in that amount of time. So it's exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3, repeat. 1, 2, 3, repeat. Max in X amount of time. You know, just so that they actually get that full visualization. You know, again. So that's kind of how you'd explain like an obstacle course, you know, type thing.
Any questions on that time format? So again, you're going to be going through each zone twice today.
And of course, you'll reiterate that as you get done explaining the movements for the zone. You'll kind of reiterate again.
3 moves and a 10 rep sequence. So move number 1 is going to be a band.
And again, letting them know single zone. So it's kind of like you can grab your bands and you can stay in one particular area and do all 3 of those movements.
Overhand grip. You want to center that band with your feet. And the high pull, guys, you're going to get all that weight on those heels. You're going to stand up nice and tall. You're going to push those hips forward, chest out, shoulders back. And with that high pull, those elbows are going to straight up in the sky and your wrists are going down. Okay, so the elbows are high, wrists are down. For that high pull, that's going to be for 10 reps, okay? So you're going to go 10 reps with that. All levels are going to be based on weight, okay? So grab a heavier band, or you can just...
So you can say like level 2, level 3, we're literally just going a little higher and higher resistance with those levels. Okay, so a little bit more bullet point on there. You're going kind of more sentence structure and kind of doing like a lot of okay, you know, and almost kind of speaking a little bit more. So talk about that stance, you know, shoulder width stance, you know, legs going straight, you know, core tight, shoulders roll back, chest out, tuck your chin in. And there's your setup. Then we're going elbows high, wrists low. That's your level 1. Level 2 and level 3 simply increase that resistance. Any questions? You know, so it can be kind of like that.
To get started, guys, for level 1, it's going to be a static motion where you're just going to be standing still. You're gonna grab that band. It's gonna be about 2 feet apart.
And again, let them know
And we're
if
just
you do a
gonna
double band,
level
that's
one,
more
you
resistance.
just
And if it's too much for you to pull apart, then drop it down. You can do a single, so hopefully you'll mention that as well.
Straight, and we're just gonna pull that band all the way up to that collarbone, and we're going straight out. Keep those arms nice and straight for that full motion. We're going straight out, and then straight back. Okay, that's gonna be 5 on the left leg, and then we're gonna switch that leg up, and then we're gonna go 5 on that leg. Okay, level 2 for that one. You're gonna stand up nice and tall in that long stride stagger stance, and then we're gonna get down into a motion, or you're gonna go into that squat motion. You're gonna squat, pull apart at the bottom, get that full pull apart, coming all the way back, and then you're popping right up. Okay, so that's gonna be
Yep,
5
and you can even
reps.
add driving the pressure right through that heel. You know, and again, you want to, how I mentioned that with the heel, I go, I want about 80% of the pressure on the heel, about 20% on the ball of the foot. Okay.
Come all the way up for 5. Okay. Any levels above that, guys, you can grab a thicker band. Okay. And if
So,
that
how you work the
pull apart,
bands
if you're
too,
not getting that full
there you go.
apart, guys, you can always just drop that. You can go down into a single band.
So you can drop the double band and go to a single band variation.
Loosen up that tension for you. Okay.
So it'll just be just a little bit more kind of getting comfortable, more mileage on it. You know, but I see that happening, you know what I mean?
And then we're right into that third move, right? That third move is going to be a squat.
So go from a double band to a single band, blah, blah, blah.
Guys, you're going to get into that band, about 2 feet apart with that grip, overhand grip. Walk into that band.
So traditional squat stance, about shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed out,
Pop that band right underneath that chin.
elbows to the inside of the band, you know, just basically kind of exactly.
That's how I call the shoulders roll back. Level 1, we're going to press that band straight up over the head. We want to make sure our head pulls through. Okay, you don't want to finish that off like that. They'll put a little bit more tension on the shoulders. So we're
And you want to be a little bit careful because there's a fine line between, you know, kind of cocking your head too far forward, you know, because it kind of actually is like the one that you showed. Like, it's not like this, you know, because you're kind of demoing it right there, just like you showed not to do. You know what I mean? So you almost kind of actually over exaggerated the level 1 a little bit.
2.
There you go.
Again, 10 reps on that. And then we're going right back into that high pull. Okay, so you're just going to keep going around and around in those 3 exercises, 10 reps each.
So I might have missed it there, but it's level 1, blah, blah, blah. Level 2, we got the squat. Level 3 should be full range squat, increase the resistance.
Any questions here in zone 1? Cool, cool. All right, so after that, guys, you got a minute break, and then we're going to truck on down to zone number 2, where with this one, guys, it's going to be that 25-12 sequence between the 2 moves. The 2 moves we have is going to be the burpee jacks and then the pillar. Okay, so for 25 seconds, we're going to go into that burpee jacks, which I'll go over right now. So for level 1, it's going to be the step sequence where you go into your burpee, step back, and now the jacks, which will be 1 step out, 1 step out, 1 step in, and that's 1. Step out, step in, that's 2. And then we're coming back up, stand up nice and tall, okay, and that's 1 rep. Again, guys, you're just going through for that 25 seconds. That's level 1. Level 2 is going to be the hop. So we're going to keep those hands down, we're hopping back, hopping wide, and now we're up to that.
So now a big thing here is you can talk about the common. Here's what we commonly see. We commonly see, you know, the head, you know, over the shoulders or the hands too far ahead. We want that, you know, chest right over the hands. You know what I mean? We want to make sure we're keeping those hips real flat, because here's also what we see. The hips are generally high. So if you come over and you actually have me adjusting, that's why. You know what I mean? So something like that. You can almost say, like, here's what to expect, or here's what I expect to see sometimes, and here's what I'm going to be doing. You know, almost like you're letting them know. But again, these are like further detailed things that you're probably not at yet. But eventually you'll be able to do this because you'll be looking at it as like, well, where can I save myself as much time?
That's going to be level 1. Level 2, get on those elbows.
Chest directly over the elbows. There you go. Good. Exactly. There you go. That's another way to say it too. You know, elbows in line with the shoulders.
So level 2, guys, or level 2A, is going to be a small rock. You're just going to lift 1 arm up, about 2 inches off the ground.
There you go.
You're going to lift that other arm up.
So nice wide stance. Big key here. So show them what it looks like. So yeah, there you go. Good. Good, man. Yep.
2 inches up, 2 inches up.
Very good.
And level 3 with that one, guys, is going to be that arm reach. You're going to go one at a time.
Again, no rotation of the hips.
25 seconds. Okay? Any questions on that pillar? So again, you got 25 seconds on the burpee jacks, 15 seconds to get into that pillar, 25 seconds on there, 12 seconds to get back to that burpee jack.
Good, so you're walking them through. Exactly, very nice. Very nice.
Any questions here in zone number 2? Awesome. So after that, guys, you got a minute break, and then we're on to zone 3. Okay? So this one, you're going to be transitioning between the triangle step variation with a burpee vertical jump.
And you can even say from here to here, okay, and then back and forth between those two moves. So here's the first move, level 1, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
You're going to step back to the right. Step center, step to the left. Level 1 a little bit quicker, just quicker steps. Okay? Level 2 is going to be the hop variation, hop center, hop right, hop center, hop left. Level 3, grab that ball, keep that right to the chest. Okay, and we're hopping center, right to the right, center, left. Okay, keep that tempo for a higher level, guys. Just hopping around. Alright, any questions with that one, guys? So you got 25 seconds here, 12-second transition over to the burpee vertical jump. Okay, for level 1.
So I can tell you're doing your homework, man. I can tell you're studying the routines. That is so key. That's going to push you, and that's going to push you ahead. Great job.
We're just going to go down to a squat, and then we're right back in for that second rep. We're going back, up, up. Again, with the squat, guys, you want to keep weight on those heels, knees behind those toes, hips back. Keep that chest out, shoulders rolled back, vision tall, and you're coming down for that next rep. Okay? Level 2, guys, is going to be that hop variation, except we're jumping at the top with that burpee. And we're going to use this medicine ball. That's where our hands are going to go. We're not picking it up.
Maybe definitely quicker, you know, overall, in terms of like an overall thing, definitely quicker in your approach in terms of the actual descriptions and stuff. Just because it kind of like have to go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. Yeah, exactly. Every time you're landing, toes, heels, hips back, cat-like landing, so I can barely hear you. You know, that's another way to do it too. Because again, if you're loud, I can hear. Basically, you're hurting your joints right there.
Okay. So, any questions here in zone 3? Again, you have 25 seconds there with a 12-second transition back to that first move.
Good.
For 6 full rounds, 3 each.
Good. Being redundant on your control mechanism, on your classroom management. That's very good. That's going to save you.
Okay. Any questions on that, guys? You guys ready?
Good.
Alright, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there in zone 1. 1,
Cool.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in zone 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in zone 3.
Perfect.
If you guys could just split 4 and 4.
Exactly. Exactly. Good. Yep.
And then 4 with the burpee.
Perfect. That's usually what I do too. I usually give them, you know, guys, I just need 4 over here and 4 over here, and they can kind of figure it out. Exactly. There you go. So you just control it, and you could even just take it if you could. Be like, guys, all right, I need you to blah blah blah, and you just start with this, guys, or you can be like, guys, we're all going to start over here with the burpee jack, okay, and the second move is going to be the, and even show them, guys, I need you to, we're going to be starting with this move here, and kind of give them like 1 rep of what it looks like, just so they know exactly where they're going. Okay. Nice job, man. Very good.